education, we need to be thinking strategically about how we can improve student learning. And by improving student learning, that can't help but improve academic achievement.
In terms of universal design for learning, any kind of tool that we can implement within the classroom to improve instruction, to improve student learning is absolutely crucial. I want to make sure from a divisional perspective, the money we're spending has the greatest impact on our students as a whole and on our staff as a whole with regards to their instructional practices.
There's many variables and indicators of success and achievement in schools, but the single biggest one would be literacy. Literacy requires hearing the sounds, hearing the language.
Making sure that students have very high quality sound enhancement.
Being able to hear your teacher and to hear lectures all of the time instead of zoning in and out because you can't hear.
The teacher would have to repeat herself a lot.
Sometimes in class I felt like, not that I wasn't listening, but I couldn't really hear that well, and I was missing information.
Sound enhancement is clarity. It provides a clearer picture in a student's head of what the teacher is speaking about.
It's not just about the students that have the code or has a designation with regards to a specific learning need. It's about all our students.
All kids achieve academic gains and increases using audio enhancement systems. And that wasn't just our kids that needed the help, it was every kid.
As teachers, it's almost instinct to use that teacher voice and to project ourselves loudly in the classroom. And loud is not always better.
When students have experienced domestic violence, that's often associated with yelling. By having the necessity there to raise your voice, you in fact may be causing harm to those who've already experienced the trauma. Enhancing the voice of a teacher provides an environment that is far more stable and tranquil.
With that clarity that comes from audio enhancement, there's more chance for the student to be engaged.
That's why we're pursuing the work with audio enhancement in our schools.
Audio Enhancement's teacher microphone is not only a tool that saves a teacher's voice, but it amplifies their voice throughout the classroom in a way that is clear and equitable for all students within that room. The end goal is to create equity and clarity within a classroom so that when a student is listening to a lesson, it sounds like the teacher is standing right next to them.
The simplicity of the teacher putting on the lanyard, flicking it on, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing else.
It just works. It becomes a part of their daily routine, and that's extremely important because that speaks to the transparent integration of a tool in the classroom that becomes absolutely essential. Auditory development, word development, reading, writing, this is an important tool for language acquisition at the earlier grades.
And that's led us to, let's install some of these in our schools where we have students whose first language is not English, and in schools where students of a very young age are learning vocabulary and learning to read in the French language, which is also not their first language.
This will help the French teachers the same way it will help the English teachers teaching students who are learning English for the first time. It will provide a clear picture and description of the words phonetically in a more fulsome way.
I'm using my conversational tone and I'm able to make my student understand what I'm trying to say to help them really be successful in school.
The student microphone is pretty cool. When we read Harry Potter, other kids like to read out loud.
We're able to just speak into the microphone and everybody in the classroom can hear us.
Students who maybe didn't feel like they had a voice all the time, now everyone could hear them.
Canada is a very diverse country made up of ethnicities and cultures from all over the world, and as Canadians, we celebrate that. I happen to be one of those kids who came to Canada at 6 years old, not knowing a word of English. Looking back now at audio systems within the classroom with language acquisition, vocabulary development, and the equity that's created in the classroom, I wish I would have had something like this back then because it would have made my life a little bit easier and I would have adopted the language a little quicker.
In some of our buildings, it's clear to see that the technology for public announcements is starting to get a little bit older, and audio enhancement caught our attention.
Epic System is a campus-wide communication solution that integrates Audio Enhancement's classroom audio systems into a server-based intercom paging bells, clocks, and digital signage platform that is easy to use by all staff.
Epic is a communication portal. It allows educators to do paging and intercom and bells. It's completely customizable.
Office administrators have loved the Epic system because it has so many functions and features that they can customize to their school. It's very simple. There's just a touch screen in the office, a couple of clicks, and they can change a schedule. They can make a page to a set of rooms if they want to just talk to the first grade classes.
Epic played a key role with regards to daily announcements, customizing bell tones, and creating customized schedules. The graphical interface is very intuitive. Staff receive fairly limited training and then as take the ball and ran with it from there. It really provides an opportunity for our schools to customize daily routines that are a part of the yearly process.
As well as a teacher being able to reach out, whether that's for simple communication purposes or in an emergency situation.
10, 12 years ago, we had a couple school districts come back to us and say, we're desperately looking for a way for teachers to alert the front office if they're in duress.
What we heard was we need some kind of button that we can use for our safe system.
We want something on their person. We need it in the microphone because the teachers are wearing it every day. So they ask us to implement the safety button into the microphone.
That's where we started developing the SAFE system, adding a button to our microphones that would allow the teacher to call for help discreetly.
The SAFE system allows teachers to alert the front office and principals and anyone that is built into the alert group in case of an emergency.
We designed the microphone so that there was 2 buttons on the side that they would have to press and hold to silently send the alert.
The lifespan and usage and integration that you get out of this product in comparison to what I've seen on the market and being deployed in classrooms is far superior to what those other solutions are with regards to the daily use and the impact that it has on instruction and student learning.
With audio enhancement, we are able to make teaching and learning easier, more engaging.
You get a solution that's seamless, transparent, and just works.
Which means more time on task, which means literally the brain is lit up and students flourish. And when students flourish, that is the greatest return on investment anybody can ask for.